Hello everyone, I am Hema Sati Sharma and student we are discussing the chapter sound for class 8th. We have already discussed what is sound, how sound is produced by humans, how sound is heard, and then how sound is propagated, and time period, frequency and amplitude of the sound wave. Today we are going to discuss loudness and pitch of the sound wave. So loudness is the measure of sound energy reaching the ear per second. So how loud is the sound? That means how much is the sound energy which is reaching the ear per second. So loudness or softness of a sound, it depends upon the amplitude of the sound wave. So the amplitude will indicate if the sound is loud or soft. So loudness of sound is proportional to the square of the amplitude of the vibration producing the sound. So amplitude of the vibration or amplitude of the wave, when is squared or multiplied with the amplitude, it will give us the loudness of the sound. So loudness is proportional to square of the amplitude. So if the amplitude becomes twice, the loudness will increase by a factor of 4. So here in this picture we can see that this amplitude is smaller and this is larger. So this will depict this is, since this is the amplitude is smaller, this sound will be soft sound or faint sound, whereas here the amplitude is larger, this is loud sound. This can be seen by a very simple activity. If you have a drum, you put small pieces of paper on the drum and you strike the drum. So when you strike the drum, the pieces will jump on the drum. So harder you strike, louder will be the sound, and more the particle will jump more high. So here the distance of the jump of the particle will show the amplitude of the wave. So whenever there is loud sound, the amplitude of or the distance jumped by the particle will be higher. So here we can see that amplitude, whenever more is the amplitude, more will be the loudness. And the unit of loudness is decibel. So loudness of sound is measured in decibel. So let us see some sounds and their loudness. So normal breathing has 10 decibel loudness. Soft whisper, which we can hear from 5 meter, 30 decibel. Normal conversation is 60 decibel. Busy traffic is 70 decibel, and average factory has 80 decibel sounds. Pitch or shrillness. So pitch is the sensation, that means brain interpretation of the frequency of an emitted sound. So basically pitch is sensation, that means the interpretation by the brain of the frequency. So pitch depends upon the frequency, whereas loudness is dependent upon the amplitude. So the pitch of sound depends upon the frequency of the vibration. Sound with greater frequency is shriller, that means sharper and has higher pitch. So in loudness we have studied that higher the amplitude, more is the loudness. And here we are studying that more is the frequency, more is the pitch. So sound with lower frequency is less shrill, that is less sharp. It will have a soothing impact to your ear. Examples: children and women produces higher frequency sound, so their sound is shriller or higher pitch. This we have studied in our chapter Reaching Adolescence also, that during adolescence, because of the development of the voice box, in male the voice box becomes enlarged and their voice become hoarse and deep, whereas in children and women the voice box becomes is of smaller size only. So frequency is more in children and human. On the other hand, an adult male produces lower frequency, therefore his sound is less shrill or lower pitch. A drum produces lower frequency sound which is lesser or lower pitch, whereas whistle produces higher frequency sound which is shriller or higher pitch. So if a drum is beaten or drum is producing sound, and at the same place whistle is also producing sound. So the sound which is coming sharper to your ear is the whistle, sound of the whistle. So here you can see this is the amplitude is same and the time period is same, but here what is happening, the frequency is low, here the frequency is high. So this wave shape or this sound have low pitched sound, and this have high pitched sound. So similarly, as we have discussed, the sound produced by the drum has a lower pitch, whereas the sound produced by whistle has higher pitch because frequency is more. So characteristics of sounds are loudness, pitch, or quality or timbre. Loudness depends upon amplitude of vibration, pitch depends upon the frequency, and quality depends upon the waveform. That means whether the waveform is clear or mixed. In our next lecture, we will be discussing about audible and inaudible sounds. Thank you.